Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my pick and analysis for the 2016-17 AFC Wild Card matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I like the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this one. They are at home in this one. They finished the regular season at 11-5. They won their last 7 regular season games. They ended the season on a rampage, to say the least. And what's interesting about this is the fact that Pittsburgh, okay, they lost earlier in the regular season to Miami 30-15, and that began their 4-game losing streak. And when that 4-game losing streak ended, of course, then they ended the season with 7 consecutive victories. So really, this is a game where I think Pittsburgh is going to exact vengeance, and this is a game where I do believe they will avenge that regular season loss to Miami. Now, in this game, Miami has not ruled out Ryan Tannehill, but I think it's doubtful that quarterback Ryan Tannehill will play, and he did play in that game against the Steelers in the regular season, and that was at Miami. And Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger was injured in that game, and he was not 100% the whole game. Now, granted, Ben Roethlisberger might not exactly be 100% in this one, but I think he's pretty close to it based on the way the Steelers have played during this winning streak and how he's played. I mean, he's been a lot more effective down the stretch for them. Now, the Steelers also are 6-2 at home this season, and Miami Dolphins just 4-4 on the road. Now, what's going to be interesting in this game is running back Le'Veon Bell, and see how effective he's going to be. I expect him to have a very strong performance in this one, because Miami Dolphins are 30th in run defense in the NFL, giving up about 140 yards per game. They're also number 29 in total defense. So this team gives up an abundance of yardage, to say the least. And during the 7-game streak, the Steelers have been able to accumulate a lot of offensive yards, and I think they will be able to have a number of sustained drives against this Miami Dolphins defense. And the thing, too, in this game, what's going to be hard for Miami to stop is wide receiver Antonio Brown. I think he's going to be really an X factor for the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. Now, the Miami Dolphins, despite not having the best, really far from the best defense in the NFL, they still have playmakers on this team. They had 16 defensive interceptions during the regular season. Cornerback Tony Lippett had 4 interceptions. So it's going to be key. They're going to have to get at least 1 interception in this game, I think, if they're going to have a chance to defeat the Steelers. Now, another thing, too, is that the Steelers have been perennial Super Bowl contenders for a number of seasons in recent years. And you look at Miami, they have not made the postseason since the 2008-2009 NFL season. So, but Miami, however, did finish the season fairly strong. They went 8-2 in their final 10. But I think what this is going to come down to is the fact that Pittsburgh right now is playing much better than they did when Miami handed them that 30-15 loss. Ben Roethlisberger will be close to 100% in this game. This will be at Pittsburgh, and quarterback Ryan Tannehill for Miami, even if he does play, I don't know how effective he's actually going to be in this one. Now, another thing, too, is that running back Jay Ajayi for Miami Dolphins, he ran amok in that game against Pittsburgh earlier this season. He ran for 204 yards, and I doubt very much he's going to even really maybe get close to that in this game, because, you figure, okay, he ran for 200 yards or more, or over 200 yards for 3 times this season, but to do that 2 times against the same team during the regular season, during any NFL season, I doubt that's ever happened in NFL history. Now, another thing in this is that Pittsburgh Steelers, their run defense is not terrible. They're number 13 in the NFL, giving up 100 yards per game. And I do believe it'll level out in this particular game. I think as far as the Steelers' run defense, I think it will perform better than it did during that game that they had against Miami earlier this season, and also for Pittsburgh. Now, the linebacker, Bud Dupree, has 4.5 sacks in December, and he's really come on strong. And the defense right now is really playing very well as well. And you look at the Steelers, okay, during the 7-game winning streak, they've only given up on average about 17 points per game. And in every game and during the 7-game winning streak, they have scored at least 24 points. So the offense has been very consistent. And anyway, I do like the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this one at home against the Miami Dolphins. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.